Hello everyone and welcome back to Gear Adventures. Today we're going to be doing a 1-year, 1,000 mile review on the Ariel Rider Grizzly. I'm going to talk about some of the issues I've had, some of the maintenance I've had to do, and how this has held up for me over the last year. And then we'll talk about some of the features that the version 4 needs to have. If you're not familiar with the Grizzly, I'm just going to cover a couple of the features that are important on this bike. It has dual 1,000-watt motors, which both have a peak power of 1,850 watts. Also has a dual suspension, which is nice. It has a color display. It has dual batteries, which are 35 amp hours. And that's basically the major features of this bike, which separate it from a lot of other bikes. I want to talk about some of the issues I've had with this over the last year. This is the version 3, and a lot of people that got the version 3s will know exactly what I'm talking about. The spokes coming loose. It happens on a regular. You hear like a clicking noise. I have a video on that and how to go ahead and tighten those down. But it does happen frequently on the version 3s. Not sure what's wrong with them or why it happens, but it does. So a couple issues that can cause. It can get your rims out of true. So if you put a tire on or something like that, or sometimes even without putting a tire on, you'll get a little bit of a wobble. It could be because your rim is out of true from tightening them down. If you do change your tires, just keep that in mind. Make sure your rims are true as you put new tires on, because I did have a bad set of tires and I wasn't sure if the rims were out or if they weren't true, or if it was the tires were bad. I didn't really know which way it was. I figured out that it was a bad set of tires, so I went ahead and had to get a different set of tires for this, and the rims are true, so I'm good there, no wobble. As far as the maintenance on this bike, I haven't had to do a whole lot. Some of it I did above and beyond what I really needed to, but I just figured when I was doing the maintenance on, I'd do it all in one shot and get it over with. I would recommend probably around 1,000 miles doing a maintenance overhaul basically on the entire bike. Or if you're going to be changing the tires, some tires last longer than others, depends on how you ride it. So I did mine at 1,000, and when I did it, I went ahead and changed the tires. Since I already had tires off and access to the hub motors, I went ahead and pulled those apart, greased those really well. These were really dry and they're starting to get like a grinding type noise to them. They didn't have a lot of grease in them, so I greased those up real well, put brand new tires on it. Since I had that off too, I went ahead and replaced the brake pads. They really didn't necessarily need it, but I figured I'm already there, might as well go ahead and knock it out. And then since I did that, I topped off my brake fluids, which again, they really didn't need it, they were fine, but I figured might as well just go ahead and do it, get it over with, so I don't have to worry about it for a while. And I mean, besides that, realistically, I've wiped the chain off a couple times, keep the bike clean. That's really it. It hasn't really taken a lot of maintenance at all for anything else on this bike. So I'd say that'd be your typical maintenance within your first year. The version 4s are going to be coming out soon. And this part is something that I would like to see Ariel Rider personally do with their bikes to stay within the market, because there are a lot of dual motor bikes coming out and a lot of new e-bikes coming out that are beginning to become competition for the Ariel Rider. And I really feel they need to step up some areas of their bikes to stay within line or even ahead of some of the competition. So I have some notes here that I'm going to read off as I'm going through this, just so I hit everything. So one of the first things I think Ariel Rider needs to do is they need to go from a 52 volt to a 60 volt, at least a 60. I mean, they could go all the way up to 72, but I feel like a minimum would be 60 volts for this. I sort of feel like 52 is becoming what 48 volts used to be. It's sort of the standard now. As far as the batteries, they're 35 amp hours right now. I really would like to see them come up to at least a 40 amp hour battery. More than that would be wonderful, but I feel like that's the minimum. They need to get at least 40 amp hours on this bike. And if they take it up to a 60 volt, it'd definitely make it more efficient, give it a little more mileage. I think they need to put on some type of mag wheels on this bike. The spokes, I've had so many issues with them, and the version 3s are famous for it. I mean, it has been such a pain dealing with loose spokes on a regular basis and causing all kinds of problems. Honestly, I won't lie, there's been times that I've had to deal with that so often and so much. I literally felt like I was going to get rid of this bike, and I sort of always have felt this is going to be my forever e-bike that I'm always going to have. No matter what other bikes I get, that this will be the one I hold on to. But I will say, if those spoke issues, that's really made me double guess that thought process. I know it'll make the bike a little heavier, but I think the trade-off will be worth it. And I think you can compensate maybe for the extra weight in a couple other ways. One, the ampage and the better battery is going to give you more efficiency, a little more oomph. Please, Ariel Rider, if you're listening, put mag wheels on this. Seriously, it's been such a pain. add some type of turning signals to the bike. The X-Class has turning signals in the rear battery, and it's not a bad idea. I wish they would do something like that for the Ariel Rider. Upgrade to suspension, the tires, and the brakes. Obviously, that's always something that you would like to see be a little better on these bikes. But what it has and what it comes with, the version 3s, actually aren't bad. But that is something that, you know, if they can maybe just give it a little bit better, it would be nice. I know some people have a love and hate relationship to different forks of this bike. So I just like to see them maybe upgrade things a little bit where that's concerned. I would like to see them also add some type of Bluetooth software. A lot of bikes are getting some type of Bluetooth connection now and software programs that will run with their phones. So Ariel Rider, definitely, I think that's something you need to look into and think about doing. One of the other things that I immediately changed on this bike as soon as I got it, probably one of the things I hated most about this bike. If you haven't seen my review at 90 days, go check that out because I talk about this frequently. And that is the stock rock seat that they have. It's very uncomfortable, not a comfortable seat at all in any way, shape, or form. You go riding for 20 miles, your butt's killing you. So I did upgrade that fairly quickly on this. That was one of the first things I did. I got a JB seat. Very nice seat, love this seat. If you haven't seen that video, again, go to my page, check that out. But Ariel Rider, you need to do some type of seat on here. I know you have the brown seats. All of your moped style bikes now are coming with the larger seats on them. They're no longer, you know, the little seats. Everyone's coming with the full stock seats. So that's something you definitely need to do on the version 4. You can't keep going with these little hard seats anymore. Placement of the front motor disconnect. The placement of this is up inside the frame. It is a pain to try to deal with when you're trying to change the tire or do anything here. The rear one is located down here on this side actually, but it's like right in this area on the opposite side. You can disconnect, pull the entire tire off. Makes life so much easier. Ariel Rider, please put this back down. I don't care if it's up here, I don't care where you put it. Get it outside of the frame so that way if we need to do something with that front tire, we can get it off. Not really sure why you went to that, but take it back. Don't do it anymore. But those are my majors for what the version 4 I'd like to see that have. And again, I know some people have different likes, wants, whatever, but I feel like a lot of that is something that has to be upgraded. The voltage of the batteries, the mag wheels, and obviously the motor mount. I feel like those are a must for Ariel Rider in their next version. If they don't, man, there's a lot of competition out there. If there are some things you would like to see upgraded on the Ariel Rider version 4, please comment below. Let me know what it is you would like to see them upgrade, or things that you personally don't like about the bike and would like to see changed. So that way, maybe if Ariel Rider does watch this video and it does get enough views, that maybe they'll listen to what some of us are saying and start to take a closer look at it. Anyhow, hopefully this video has been helpful, and I will catch you in the next one.